What's going on, guys? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another video. So it look like Nike is currently under investigation by the Trump administration, and I'm going to tell y'all how all of this goes along with Caitlin Clark and the treatment of her. It's the dominoes starting to fall, guys. For this one here, we got to go all the way up to Washington D.C. Let's get it. Let's go. And I'm telling you right now, this goes back to what Stephen A. Smith said about a year ago, letting us know how Trump administration is going to step in with the whole process of Caitlin Clark. If you guys don't know, Caitlin Clark is America's sweetheart, man. We seen her get ostracized, assaulted on numerous occasions throughout her tenure in the WNBA. Now, just like I stated before, there has not been a bunch of news coming out, but this right here is major news that really ain't got a whole lot to do with the CBA negotiations, but it definitely got a whole lot to do with CC in my eyes. Like giving my own opinion about this, it says breaking: the U.S. government has launched a formal investigation into Nike for anti-white hiring practices. Now, this part right here is highlighted. Oh, in my city of St. Louis. Wow, I got to read this part, y'all. It says the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission announced today that the federal agency filed an action in federal court to compel Nike Incorporation to produce information related to allegations that the company discriminated against white workers, including as a result of Nike's diversity, equity, and inclusion related back to 2025 targets. Now, it goes on to say Nike may have engaged in a pattern or practice of desperate treatment against white employees, applicants, and training program participants in hiring, promotion, demotion, or separation decisions, including selection for layoffs, internal programs, and mentoring, leadership development, and other career development programs. Now, we know when Caitlin Clark's shoe came out, which it has not. That's why I'm saying it like that. Everybody felt the type of way. And it still ain't came out. Now, Asia Wilson being black, I'm not saying this has anything to do with race, but this investigation does. Asia Wilson had her shoe come out hella fast. Now, granted, we know Caitlin Clark is taking her time, but we didn't see Nike ostracize, shelf Caitlin Clark not once, not two, but 3, 4, 5 times. Literally tried to shelf Caitlin Clark. Somebody said white employees at Nike really saw black people getting promoted and said can't have that being sued. I don't know. But to me, I think this has a lot to do with the race factor. Now, something else that I told y'all that was going to play a factor is this right here. This is Stephen A. Smith speaking about this about a year ago. Let's listen.
But there's a broader issue here. That can't be escaped. And that is this. She is a white young lady. And she's been a magnet in a way that has benefited the league in ways that others have not, even though their efforts have been worthy and deserving of being as celebrated, if not even more celebrated. And it's a reminder that no matter how far we believe that we have advanced as a society, there's still such a long way to go, because in the end, if you're white, you're bright, you're right, and as a result, the shine comes your way in the eyes of a lot of people in America. Let's transition. Very uncomfortable to touch on, but just factually correct. You have somebody that's a presidential candidate. What is his claim to fame? Make America great again. What have people interpreted that to mean? Make America white again. These are the things that critics have said. He has his supporters spanning the tens of millions. There are others on the other side having tens of millions of the supporters on their side. What has that led to? A divide. It is not a divide that is created. It is a divide that's illuminated because it's highlighting and showing that it's been in existence all along. It hasn't gone anywhere. As we travel for the NBA Finals, and Shanae is here with yours truly, and Kendrick Perkins and Brian Windhorst and stuff like that. Yeah, in the city of Dallas, we're chilling, this metropolis, and, we're having a good time. Go to some of the outskirts of Texas. Go to some of the outskirts of Florida. Go to some of the outskirts of various places throughout this country, and you see places that ain't trying to hear all of that. It was the way that it was, and we ain't trying to change it for anybody. We holding on to this. whatever that it may be. And as a result of that, we find ourselves on too many occasions witnessing the conflict that we thought had subsided, that we thought had evaporated before our very eyes. And what we've learned is it has not. It has not. So when Carrington spoke up, I got where she was coming from. I certainly don't hold Caitlin Clark accountable for that. But what Caitlin Clark has to understand is that it's not really you personally. It's you, the figure. It's you, the prop per se, that is being utilized to address a bigger point. If we could do it, everybody has done it. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and others were trying to make things happen in the 50s, in the 60s. Rosa Parks refusing to give us a seat up on a bus. Everybody knows that was something that was orchestrated because a bigger issue needed to be addressed, and they had to find the right person to address it. And throughout history, we've seen a plethora of things transpire and take place where an individual had the light shined on them, and it was orchestrated and plotted and planned because a bigger message and a bigger issue needed to be addressed, but the right person needed to come along to give us the license to address it. And it might not have been through their own volition, but it happens. Caitlin Clark is a wonderful basketball player who I think is going to be a star in this league. And she is box office, and she does generate ratings, and all of those things are true. But the fact that she is a young white lady and the world has gravitated to her the way that they have, in a way they have done for no one else in the 28-year history of the WNBA, and Lord knows how long Team USA has been into existence, it's just further evidence of the times that we're living in, but most importantly, the times we've been living in, and the progress that purportedly has been made, although it has existed to some degree, doesn't negate the fact that we can't gloss over the reality of what we're exposed to every single day. That is what Janae has spoken about. That is what Carrington was alluding to. That is what a plethora of people within the WNBA and within the world is alluding to today. Yo, y'all, there's still a lot of work to be done because things haven't changed nearly as much as we would like to believe, period.
So that was Stephen A. Smith speaking about Caitlin Clark and the whole situation, going back to the current state of that investigation. I want to know your thoughts down in the comment section. Be sure to keep your bells on. I will be back with more videos. Until next time, man, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.